Hey everyone, it's Jalan coming back with another episode of the weekly recap. Today, currently, it's February 18th, 2019, and this is going to be episode 59 of the weekly recap. Without further ado, let's get straight into it. Today is President's Day, so hope everybody had an awesome day off if you're not working. So, enjoy the long holiday weekend. Um, reflecting on what I've done this past week at work, pretty much doing a lot of test migrations and test automations for the Vista Creek products that we're going to be having. We're going to be releasing this upcoming week. However, we're still kind of backed up and blocked by the hardware issue, and hopefully, by the time I go to work tomorrow, then that issue will be resolved and everything will be able to um, use to develop and automate our test cases so that we are ready for the release that's coming up at the end of this week. So that's pretty much all I did in terms of work. I switching gear, I did have an interview this past week with a smaller company, and to be honest, the interview felt like a more of a conversation. It was it was not formal at all. It was very casual and getting to know me, um, in a sense. The company was very relatively small with only 8 employees, so I can imagine why that is, because they don't have the structures in place, and then that is still in work in progress. So that was a very interesting experience for me with interviewing for a small company at that scale, and I don't know if that is something that I'm comfortable with. I do like the idea of working small for a medium or smaller company. I think 8 person might be a little bit too small for me, but we'll see where it goes. I'm keeping my hopes up and actually learn a bit about the company, and that is something that I'll keep my doors open because never say no. You never know what's gonna happen, right? And one of the things I realized is that came up in the interview is that the fact that I spoke Mandarin, like Chinese, and that gave me a huge advantage because one of the customers that they're actually working with is in Taiwan. So at times when they're communicating certain issues that they're having, the communication can be very difficult, and I think I'm super glad that I was able to maintain my Chinese and didn't lose it. So that gave me a huge advantage, in my opinion, I think. Nonetheless, I'm still waiting to hear where that is and still keeping my doors open for um, the endless possibility that's going to be out there for me. So that's all that. And switching gear, I actually began to listen to my podcast. I've actually been catching up on podcasts because about the past few weeks I've been just listening to audiobooks and missing a lot of podcasts. I went back to Lewis's House's series, and been loving it. I actually listened to his relationship podcast like twice, and it really helped me to evaluate what I want and what I look for in a partner, and what are the key areas that are needed to maintain a healthy and long-term relationship. So, really thankful for him and Caesar, the guy who appeared on his podcast, to share those knowledge and be able to learn from their mistakes and their stories so that I don't have to repeat those. And on the topic of that, he released that episode on Valentine's Day, so happy late out Valentine to everyone out there. I think I actually went out with friends and just had a dinner. I bought them some chocolates and just as friends, right? Just want to do nice to others and be able to build that long-term relationship. And I never know where it's going to go. So that's that. Like keeping our friendships healthy and strong, and having a great time with that. So, switching gear to basketball, back to basketball this week. We didn't have it last week due to a snow days. I felt like this week I've made a lot more improvements with my mechanics, as well as being a little bit more proactive on the court as I find myself moving a lot more, getting into better position to make to have the right angle to make the right call. So, and ultimately just sticking up to myself to be in charge of the game. It is my responsibility, so I want to make it very clear and make it a fair and a fun environment for the kids who are participating in this program. So I'm really looking forward to another week of basketball. And that's pretty much all that. The last thing I want to touch on is that today is Monday. I kind of treat myself a little bit. Went for a full body massage, a deep tissue massage, and a spa day with a buddy of mine. It was amazing. Highly recommended to anyone who have never tried it before. I feel super relaxed. I was super tensed up from work in front of a computer and from basketball. That I wanted to relax a little bit. I want to treat myself and self-care. So, really loving it. It was an awesome experience. Highly recommended to anyone. And I went with a buddy of mine and had some awesome conversation. I get to know him a lot better and share some of my experiences. Just connected on that level. So I'm really grateful for that opportunity and looking forward to experiencing more massages and different stuff in this coming year. So that's pretty much all I want to touch on this weekly recap. Hope everybody had an awesome long weekend and go out there and crush it. Another amazing week, amazing day, amazing opportunity that we have. So I love you guys, and I will talk to you guys next week. See ya.